What's up, everybody? It's Artie here with Bomber Breaks. I've got for you right now 2025 Leaf Lumber Baseball. Random team number 2, 5-box half case break from bomberbreaks.com. Thank you so much, folks, for jumping in. This is always a really fun product to open. You guys probably can tell by now I enjoy seeing the historical stuff. This is some of the best game used relics probably around the hobby, right? So, again, folks, one more time, if you want more of this, we got a new case to open for random team number 3. It is on the site, $42.99. Gets you one of the random teams. Personally, I do recommend you grabbing 2. Just play the odds a little bit, right? Because there are some teams that certainly hit more than others, so I would grab 2 and call it a day, but you do you. All right? With that in mind, we do have a pure random here, all 30 teams in and accounted for. Do note we comboed the Rentaro Sasaki with the Tampa Bay Rays spot. So he's the one non-MLB guy that you can find in this product, apparently. And so he will be with the Rays here. All right? All right, one more thing, couple quick notes before we can do the randomizer process for this product, right? We have no team names on these cards, guys. It's always going to be longest of the career. We do not play the try to guess a jersey game, right? We're just very consistent, longest of the career across the board. Multi-team cards, you got to own over 50%, and we'll deal with those. We will see multi-team cards, multiplayer cards, so over 50%, right? 4 out of 6. 5 out of 8, etc. to take the team out, right? Otherwise, we'll do a die roll or a randomizer to decide. So, with that, let's go ahead and get into it. We'll have some fun and see what we can do. 3, always the base number. We went 6 here. We're going next clickage of 9 to randomize the 30 spots. And after 9 clicks, I've got the LA Angels up top down to the Atlanta Braves at the bottom. I know, man. Definitely want to do some floss today. That floss has been marinating a little bit, and I think it's ready to be unleashed. Angels to the Braves there. Very good. And my participants, again, thank you guys so much. A few of you guys went real strong. Glennon, who crushed the big boom in the first one there, doubled down. Again, thank you, Glennon. Shane grabbed a pair. Ed P is in. Nick is in. And then Samuel was like, give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Grabbed a whole bunch. Matthew M is in. Steve D. Samuel got 2 more just for kicks. And Mike K closed it out. So thank you guys so much. And again, as I mentioned, I got number 3 up on the site. If you guys want more, feel free to jump in. All right, 3 plus a. We're doing more 6s. 9 clicks here to get you guys some random team assignments. Good luck in the draw and the break. And after 9 clicks, I've got Samuel in the 1 spot. Samuel in the 30. Very good. We will copy and paste like so. I will say this is going to make, the randomizer could be possibly way easier for some of these multi-team cards, so thank you for that. But let me sort the list here by participant, so your spots are all grouped together. Very good. All right, we got some slider box action in these, so let's get them opened up and go from there. And just a reminder, guys, baseball reference we will utilize to find longest, right? It's seasons first and games second. We did have one games played tiebreaker in the number of the first half. So just a reminder, seasons first, games second for these in terms of longest career. Active players obviously go to their active teams. We did see some Pete Alonso, and that will now go to Baltimore, right? Active team, regardless of long time tenures. Flawless filler, flawless serial numbers, both filling here. There is the link to the filler. Really nice teams in that filler, guys. Flawless always bringing the boom. And then National Treasures. I know we've had a decent amount of people chatting about the flaws. To my eyes, too, Treasures has been really good to us. I'd highly encourage you to take a look at that product as well. We're about halfway through that case. I do expect to be able to get that one ripped at some point this evening. We can get to filler. Did not see Bat Knob or Bat Barrel in the first half, right? I mean, and not guaranteed by any means, but I just happened to see the one of the cover photos here of some double barrel fire. So maybe we can see something cool. Always cool stuff in this product, though. I really enjoy it, and quite frankly, I really do enjoy learning about some of these guys, right? Getting to look at their reference page real quick, and I think one thing that always stands out is longevity, right? A lot of these guys have played 18, 20-something seasons. It's just pretty awesome. All right, so I got that part out. Let's get everything out of the slider boxes. Do have autographs in this product as well. And as I've mentioned to the guys in the first half, I know some of these might seem very obvious to you guys, right? And I tend to err on the side of caution, right? Even if I'm not 1,000% sure, I'm gonna just take the 2 seconds to look it up. So feel free to let me have it in the chat if you think it's an eye roll lookup. But I will be right. Sometimes I make assumptions that aren't true, or sometimes I'm just not 100%. And like I said, I do kind of just enjoy being able to put them in the reference page real quick and see what their career looks like and all that. So bear with me a little bit if you feel like I'm looking up guys that I should be obvious to your brain. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and get going, guys. Oh, I'm excited to see what we can find. Let's do baseball reference. Boom. All right, so very good. I think we're set. Let's do that there. All right. And then, again, the jerseys on the cards are inconsequential to us for our purposes. All right, our first card out is going to be Andres Galarraga, the big cat here. 19 out of 45 to get us started. Andres Galarraga on the mem. And again, game use bat, guys. That's what you're going to see across the board here. Game use bat mems on Galarraga. Again, I certainly assume that this is going to be the Colorado Rockies, but we don't assume at this point, right? And like we said, we have a little fun to look up and go, see, and this is why we don't assume, because I was wrong. Right off the bat, first one. So there's your case study. He spent 8 years with the Montreal Expos, long before he got to Colorado. So it will be a Nationals hit, right, via the Expos. 5 years in Colorado and did spend several years across different teams there. But Montreal Expos, our first one to get it started. And that's going to go to Glennon with the Nats spot. And you guys, you will see me making notes, right? I'm just going to save the voice behind the scenes, the time and effort by just making some tickies real quick. All right. Next up, it's going on. Juan Gonzalez. Oh, hitting nukes is the subset. I like that quite a bit. That's fun. 22 out of 35 on the Juan Gonzalez. Another game-used lumber piece here. Juan Gonzalez, 89 to 2005. Just, again, crazy long career. 13 years of which he spent with the Texas Rangers. On this one. Heading to Samuel. That is yours. All right, up next, I've got Stat Bats Trio from good old 1988. Wade Boggs hitting 366. Jose Canseco smashing 42 home runs. And then Jose Canseco hitting 124 RBIs. So this one, a little bit unique. We've got 3 mems, but 2 of them are the same player. And thus, just by the math, right, this will go to the Jose Canseco team regardless. 18 out of 35 here on the stat bat number. 1 Wade Boggs and 2 Jose Canseco. So again, let's look up Canseco here. I mean, we all gonna think it's probably how did I get to Gabs on? Gonna be the Athletics, but again, Jose Canseco. Weird that it wouldn't come up. Yeah, 9 years for the Athletics, and then just a bunch elsewhere. So A's getting that one via double Jose Canseco action. This one is numbered 18 out of 35. Next up is going to be our autograph from our first box. It's Mike Schmidt. Boom. 26 out of 35. We did confirm in our first half that Mike Schmidt spent his entire career with the Philadelphia Phillies. So straightforward one there for Philadelphia. My Phillies owner here, that's going to be Samuel W. Samuel, congrats, yours. Mike Schmidt, 26 out of 35 for you. All right, so let's start box number 2 with a vintage mem of Don Hoke. Don Hoke, 3 out of 15. Well, when the jersey doesn't have sleeves, you know it's probably pretty old school. Let's take a look. I have very little reference point on Don Hoke. So let's see what we got here. Don Hoke. 1954 to 1964 Don played. Don played the most for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 4 years in Pittsburgh there. And that it does make sense, right? Based on the jersey we see there. Don Hoke. From Pennsylvania. Let's see. All his years in National League. Pretty cool. All right. Pittsburgh Pirates here. That is going to be Glennon. Yours. On the Don Hoke Vintage, 3 out of 15. Up next, it's the Summer of Slam. Gary Sheffield. Triple bat lumber here. 35 out of 35 on the Sheffield. Man, I think we looked Gary up in the first half, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have forgotten which one it was. He did play quite a few different places. Let's see here. Gary Sheffield. Gary Sheffield is going to be Florida. That's right. Florida Marlins. 6 years with the Marlins, as opposed to, you see it there, right? So 6 years going to Miami. That is Samuel. Yours. On the Gary Sheffield, 35 out of 35, triple lumber, Summer of Slam memorabilia. Next up, we've got prime material. This is Rondell White. Boom! I do believe that is a Doesn't have any specificity on the barrel, but that certainly looks like barrel to me. So I'm going barrel on that one, right? It is a very thick card and definitely has, I can't imagine what else it would be, a little black barrel here of Rondell White. 4 out of 5. Let me, should still fit in a thick sleeve. I just need to get a little stretch, and then there we go, like a glove. Let's see here, 240. Yeah, well, when a plan comes together, Rondell White, barrel-y guy there to 5. Let's take a look at Rondell. Rondell White. Not Ronell, Rondell White. 1993 to 2007. Rondell White played the majority of his career for the Montreal Expos. 8 years in Montreal, which again will go to the Washington Nationals in Glennon. Rondell White, prime barrel, 4 out of 5. Expos to the Nationals. All right, up next, we've got a dual autograph 1 of 1 Green Assault Mike Schmidt and Greg Luzinski. Mike Schmidt, Greg Luzinski, dual auto fire on the wood grain. Looks really nice. We know Mike Schmidt is all Philly all day. Let's take a look at Greg Luzinski. '70 to '84, Greg played. I see a Phillies cap. I see 11 years with the Philadelphia Phillies and just 4 years with the White Sox. So that is a dual Phillies boom, and that is going to be Samuel. Congrats, Samuel. The 1 of 1. That Philly spot being hot with the Schmidt auto solo, and now the dual 1 of 1 also for you. Congrats, Mike Schmidt, Greg Luzinski. Dual 1 of 1 auto. All right, next box starts with a Bake McBride. Bake McBride, 41 out of 45 on the mem. The Lumber. Game used bat of Bake McBride. Bake here is going to be, so we've got 5 years apiece with Philly and St. Louis. We're going to go to the second tiebreaker, which is games here, and it's going to be Philadelphia by 122 games, or 132 games more for the Philadelphia Phillies. Philadelphia Phillies again. Samuel stacking them up there for that Philly spot. Congrats. Bake McBride, 41 out of 45. Next up, it is Jay Johnstone. Jay Johnstone, 15 out of 45 on the Lumber. Let's take a look at Jay. 66 to 85. Another multi-decade career for Jay, who, wow, all over the place here. Wow, okay. Well, it is going to be another Philadelphia card by just a hair. 5 years in Philly, 5 years with California, and by that many games, right? 14 games more played for Philadelphia. Going to go to get the Jay Johnstone again. Philly having a great break so far on that one. All right, moving along. This is going to be a boom in 6 pieces of memorabilia. Lumber Awards, recognizing some MVPs. My goodness, it's Chipper Jones, Jeff Kent, Alex Rodriguez, Ivan Rodriguez, Miguel Tejada, and Vladimir Guerrero. Boom. All right, so this one, a lot of straightforward guys. And I do believe for this particular card, we will want to utilize their MVP season. I know we didn't talk about that much. We haven't had this yet, but because it's specifically from their MVP seasons, we're going to want those MVP years. Again, I don't think it's going to change much, if anything, about what's happening, but that's what we're going to go with here. So, Chipper Jones, we know, is the Atlanta Braves. Jeff Kent. I believe this will be a Giants. So Kent in 2000 was a Giant. A-Rod. So this is going to be the first kind of funky one, I think. A-Rod in 2003 was Texas Ranger. So this is going to be the first one that's a little bit different, right? We talked about how it's longest of his career, but because these are specific to a year, hey, what up, David? No problem, man. Always appreciate you, buddy. So again, just want to be very transparent about this, right? Because it has MVP years specified, right? You're going to use that team from that year because that is where the lumber comes from. We know it based on that, right? So in this case, 2003 A-Rod is going to be Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers on that one. Pudge, I think probably also, but let's take a look. Pudge in 1999 was also Texas. Miguel Tejada, I believe his only MVP came with the Athletics, which was in 2002. And yes, all right, which also matches that, so that's pretty straightforward. Miguel Tejada is Oakland. And Vladimir Guerrero should be an Angel for his MVP. But let's take a look to confirm, which was 2004. And yes, Angels there. Okay. So that is step one, right? So you have to get 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to get 4 of the 6. Now we do have 2 A's, but let's just go from the top. Atlanta is Samuel. That's 1 for you. Jeff Kent with the Giants is also Samuel. That's 2 for you. A-Rod is the Rangers, which is also Samuel. So that's going to give him both A-Rod and Pudge, which gives him 4. And that will mean it is his card just for process. Glennon had the Athletics, and Samuel also had the Angels. Samuel ends up getting 5 of the 6 teams represented. And even if we, yeah, so. Very, very cool. Oh, and you know Greg Lazinski the Bull. Okay, I'm not familiar, but Samuel W. We're gonna get. We'll give you that. Never give it to you. You're gonna get that one via having almost all the players on the card. All right, very good. All right, up next we've got an autograph. We've got Jay Buhner on the auto. 3 out of 5. Grain of salt purple for the Buhner, one of the more recognizable batting stances from that generation of hitters. I mean, I only know him as a Mariner. I'm suspecting he spent time elsewhere, but let's take a look. Jay Buhner. 87 to 2001 Jay played, and Jay did spend 14 of his 16 years with Seattle. Only 2 with the Yankees, but Seattle. On that one, going to Glennon. Jay Buhner, 3 out of 5. All right, up next, all-time enshrined 2017. Jeff Bagwell was enshrined in the Hall. 1 out of 5 there on the dual lumber. Bagwell, Houston Astros, one of the more clear-cut ones. We've got Houston Astros on the bags. Going to Samuel, who's having a great break. Congrats on Bagwell. Next up, this is Joe Pepitone. Joe Pepitone, 2 out of 20. Joe, I need to educate myself on Joe here. Joe Pepitone. Joe looks to be New York Yankees. New York on that one. New York Yankees here. On the Joe Pepitone, which is going to be Samuel. All right. All right, got a pretty cool one here, guys. Pretty cool one here. no Joe Pepitone indignation. Got it. But I've got for you a 1 of 1. Bat. Nah.
Oh, hello.
PA Trainer, who spent his entire career with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And man, that thing is vintage. Wow, that is cool. Authentic game used bat knob of Trainer for the Pirates from Leaf Lumber Baseball. That's why you get into these type of breaks, guys, to see really cool stuff like that.
Wow.
1 of 1 bat knob. I mean, we're talking, you know.
When did his career? When did he turn his? Early.
He played 1920 to 1935. So at the absolute latest, or 37 was his last year. At the absolute latest, this is from 1937. I mean, that's just awesome. Just awesome. Man, this is so cool. This is always a fun thing to experience. Fits perfectly into a 261 touch. By the way, congratulations, Pittsburgh Pirates. That is Glennon. Glennon, you're going to have a hell of a mail day, my man. Wow. That's so cool. Game used bat. Pie Trainer. Bat knob. Fire. 1 of 1. That is awesome. Congratulations again, Glennon. Really cool piece of baseball memorabilia. All right, still got plenty, not plenty, but we got a few hits to go here. Good luck, everybody. Let's go next to an autograph. It's going to be David Justice. His first career home run back in 1989 off Mike Scott. David Justice, first career home run. Again, this is specifying a specific event, right? But let's take a look. I think it might all be the same. David Justice. Yes. Both his first home run and longest career will be Atlanta Braves, of course. Samuel, that is yours. You're good, David. You're good. Up next, we've got a Darrell Evans. Darrell Evans, 2 out of 5. Darrell Evans, 2 out of 5 here. Played from 69 to 89. And played, wow, okay, 9 years for the Atlanta Braves. Just beating out the Giants by a year. Did play more games with the Giants, but more years with Atlanta, which is our first tiebreaker. Atlanta Braves. On that one for Samuel. Atlanta on the Darrell Evans. Ooh, it is kind of fun. See, thank you. I agree. I do kind of enjoy the. I mean, you I think seem clearly more knowledgeable about this era of player than I am, but very close on him between Atlanta and the Giants. Very, very close. But again, the guy's had a 21-year career. It's crazy. All right, up next, it's going to be Danny Tartabull. Danny Tartabull, 1 out of 7. Danny Tartabull. All right, so let's take a look at Danny. I need to educate myself on Danny Tartabull here. Looks like a royal jersey, but who knows? Danny Tartabull. Danny did spend 5 years with, yeah, there you go, David, you're on it. Yes, sir. Kansas City by 1 year over the Yankees and 2 years over the Mariners. Did play 650-something games with them. Yeah. Look at you. On it. On it. Very, very good. Kansas City here is going to be Samuel, yours as well. All right, up next, I've got a Fall Classics 8 out of 8 from 1964. Oh, my goodness. Lou Brock, Kurt Flood, Dick Grote, Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, and Cleet Boyer on the 6 pieces of memorabilia. 8 out of 8. All right, what do you got for me, David? Lou Brock, Kurt Flood, Dick Grote, and Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, Cleet Boyer. There. Real quick, guys, this is the last card of the break, so I'm going to show this one just as we then get into the random situation for that other card. So, last one here going to be Gary Sheffield. We did already learn that Gary, longest of his career, is the Miami Marlins. Gary Sheffield there. Miami. All right, David's got 2 cards. It says Cardinals and Yankees. 3 Cardinals and 3 Yankees. I will have to take a small second to confirm, but that does seem pretty good. Well, really quick, let me just see. Samuel has the Yankees. Samuel has both the Yankees and the Cardinals. So this is trending very heavily towards another Samuel card. But we got nothing. We got time. Let's have a fun look here. Let's fact check David on this. But Luke Rock. Oh, that's not the right name. Oh, okay. Lou Brock from 61 to 79. St. Louis indeed on the Lou Brock. Did spend 4 years with the Cubs, but 19 years. 19 years in St. Louis. Wow. We have Kurt Flood. Also, yep, St. Louis there. Dick Grote. Oh, okay. So Dick is going to be a Pirate by our rules. So we do have 1 Pittsburgh card in there for Glennon. So all right. So Samuel's got 2 and Glennon's got 1 so far. I think we know it's just trending because of those Yankees guys at the very least. All right, Mickey Mantle. I know him. I actually don't know though. Did he play anywhere but New York? He did not. Another lifelong Yankee, 18 years in the Bronx. 51 to 68. That is crazy. So So Mantle's Yankees. Also Maris. I feel like, I don't know if did he play anywhere but New York? I feel like maybe he did. Yes, he did play a few other years, but Yankees there. So that does make the card officially Samuels, just to fit, record, just for the record. Sorry, Glennon. And then our last one is Cleat. You did, yeah. Hey, I'm still giving you an A plus. I'm giving you 99% on that. That was impressive. Cleat, well, pending Cleat Boyer here, who you said should be a St. Louis Cardinal or a Yankee as well. And it is 8 years where the Yankees did play for Atlanta and Kansas City as well. But so again, guys, we had Yankees and Cardinals with one Pirate, and Yankees and Cardinals both owned by Samuel there. So. All right, very good. Again, folks, I got a new case to open for random team number 3. I really think this is worth your dollars for $42.99. Again, you could hit a piece of baseball history, quite frankly, right? Bat knobs and barrels and real cool stuff. So I think this one is an easy pickup if you're a baseball collector, and chance to get some really cool things. So need a little luck, no doubt, right? Need a little luck with the randomizer help, but that's why I said, again, my own personal opinion is grab 2, but you do you. All right, let's recap what we had here. We had the classic, fall classics with an X, 1964 style, 8 out of 8 on the Lou Brock, Kurt Flood, Dick Groat, Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, and Cleat Boyer going to Samuel. We had the autograph of Gary Sheffield, 7 out of 12 for the Miami Marlins spot. This is Danny Tartabull, 1 out of 7 for Kansas City. It's Darrell Evans to 5 for the Atlanta Braves. David Justice for the Atlanta Braves. Autograph number to 5. We've got Joe Pepitone for the New York Yankees. That's Jeff Bagwell to 5 for the Houston Astros. Jay Buhner, 3 out of 5 there for the Seattle Mariners. We've got Lumber Awards, a bunch of MVPs there. That's going to Samuel via having over 50% of the card. Jay Johnstone for the Philadelphia Phillies to 45. Bake McBride also for Philly. We had the Rondell White barrel piece there to 5 for the Nationals via the Expos. This is Gary Sheffield again for the Marlins. We've got Don Hoke to 15 for the Pirates. This is Boggs and double Canseco mems for the Athletics. We got Juan Gonzalez hitting nukes for the Rangers. And Andres Galarraga, again, Nationals via the Expos on the Big Cat. On the back row, a couple of Phillies hits here. It is a Mike Schmidt autograph out of 35. And Schmidt paired with Greg Lazinski, also for Philly. That's a 1 of 1. Green Assault, both going to Philadelphia. And big time boom by Trainer Batnob, 1 of 1 for the Pittsburgh Pirates and Glennon. A lot of Samuel in this one, but Glennon, you did find another monster hit for yourself. Congrats. Very, very good. All right, so we've got Ignition Football Random Team number 2 coming up next.